on Telecable 10. I'm Noel Jensen, and my co-commentator is Archie Hutchings. It's a perfect day, perfect race day here for a points final and a combination Superstock Challenge points final for the 1990 racing season. We're going to introduce to you right away the 4 lead time-ins in the Superstock class.
And for the Superstock Dash, we have number 43 on pole position, Barry Powers out of Regina. Dan Shirley outside pole from Saskatoon. Second row inside, Alex Lashenko from Saskatoon. And outside second row is number 99, the Z99 car, Tim Kramer out of Regina.
That's a 1989 TA Trans Am. And how are these cars timed in? Is the fastest on the pole?
Fastest is on the pole.
Okay, this is a 4-lap dash, and the green is out. And this is for some bonus points here, Archie, I'd imagine.
Yes, this is actually for the Challenge Series points also, as well as local club points.
And being a dash like this, it's a dash for cash, or they may have a little trophy for the guys.
That's right.
And Barry Powers is holding on to the lead. Dan Shirley is outside, trying to make a bid to take first place away. Alex is getting squeezed out, number 51.
Actually, it's quite interesting that Danny and Barry have been fighting all year, tooth and nail, over the races, holding Saskatoon and Regina.
Yeah, Barry Powers is a senior driver out of the 4 of them out there. This gentleman has been racing a good 20-some years, and Dan is into his around his 12th year racing, if I'm not mistaken.
We always bug Barry about being the inventor of stock car racing. He's been around for so long.
That's sponsored by Powers Transport out of Regina.
That's right.
Looks like Barry has the edge here. He's holding. Oh, Alex is turned sideways on the course. A little tire smoke there.
Barry wins, Dan second, Alex Lashenko third, and
Tim Kramer, number 99, out of Regina, 4th. And there's the green flag for the dash, street stock dash. It's a 4-lap race also for trophy money. We've got Terry Brozard on the pole, Dave Schafel on the outside front row, BJ Wilson inside rear row, and the EB racing team on the outside. That's Kevin Eby taking over the reins this year. We got Schafel taking the lead from Brozard. Brozard, if I'm not mistaken, timed in the fastest today, but he must have made a little mistake on the turn there. Eby is in the dirt.
Yeah, Brozard actually a very good time of 18.28.
They're basically timed in the fastest to the front in these small dashes. As a rule, the fastest go to the pack, and the cars in the rear run over the front leaders. We've got Kevin Eby putting some serious pressure on BJ Wilson here. This is a bit of a turnaround from what's happened throughout the season.
Actually, that's Kevin's old car that BJ Wilson bought from him early this season.
Is that right? Kevin is definitely bucking us down the dirt there. He lost a little bit of speed there. It doesn't pay to go fast in the dirt. Schaffel's holding the lead quite strongly here. Brozard hanging it all out, going for the checkered flag.
Okay, we have the Thunderstocks coming now for their dash with number 64, Frank Bast in pole position. Number 67, Ken Ross, outside pole. Number 33, Tracy Cameron on the inside. And number 55, Jerry Holst on the outside. Number 64 is leading the race, followed closely by 33, 67, and 55 bringing up the rear.
Yeah, looks like number 67, who was on the outside pole at the beginning of the race, has dropped back to 3rd place. Number 33, Tracy Cameron, is giving 64 Frank Bast a couple of little shots there.
Well, somebody got out in the dirt there and caused a little dirt to fly.
Got a little bit of smoke pouring off of Ken Ross's car as he trails in 3rd.
Should be one more lap to go, I believe.
Yeah, that was, this is the white flag coming up. That'll be 1 lap after Rick Elliott gives them the signal here.
Actually, this class of car, they can do anything that's pretty well can go. They can bump, they can shove, do whatever they want.
They can grind her up as hard as they want, and the skins on these cars show it a little bit. Throughout the year, they spend a considerable amount of time rounding up relics to piece them back together again, but that's half the action. The rules controls keep these cars a little on the slower pace. Internal roll bar cages and all that.
Well, they're
whoa.
trying to mix it up a little bit.
Oh, right at the line. Yeah, we got Frank Bass taking the checkered flag and Tracy Cameron bunting him all the way across the checkered line.
So we'll have number 64 coming up to get the checkered flag in victory lane.
Yeah.
These.
We got Rick Allight up in the tower surveying the situation here, and
Bryce Young.
Bryce
Young.
There we go. He's got the checkered flag. Okay, you're watching Telecable 10
at Bridgecity Speedway.
All right, we've got a beautiful crowd out of Bridgecity Speedway today, and in a couple of moments here, we're going to turn you over to an interview that we did. We caught Dan Shirley during practice yesterday, and we're going to switch over to that right away. This is Dan Shirley, owner-operator of the Greenfields IROC Z28, number 64. Dan, this is your 10th year of stock car racing, 6 years in Super. You've been close 3 times to the championship. You've got second 3 times. Dan, you're the points leader. What's on the line today?
Well, today we just have to go out and in the heat races and the qualifiers, we just have to basically finish them. We have a points lead that's enough that all we have to do is start the feature race. But we've got a guy coming in from Regina, Barry Powers, and we had a very close race with him last time in Regina last Sunday. And I want back at him. We finished second to him. I want to beat him this week. And so I'm kind of dicing it in my mind. What should I do? Do I have to drive conservative? Because I want to beat Barry Powers, and I've got Alex Lashenko on my tail, and he's an aggressive driver, and he won't stop. He'll stop at nothing to try to get the lead. He's the number 2 car right now, so it'll be an exciting day. Points finals are always rough and tough, and we don't have to worry about patching our car up for the next race meets, because this is the last one, and this is where you let her all hang out.
Well, that sounds exciting, Danny. It's going to be a good meet tomorrow, and I also understand your season started off just a little shaky.
Actually, it did. We didn't get a main sponsor until a week and a half before the racing season started, and we were very fortunate for Grainfields to come through with us, and they supported us, and we picked up another sponsor, River Edge Tree Nursery, mid-season to buy some tires for the car, and that's made the difference. It's working good, the motor's strong. Greg put together a real good engine this winter, and it's we're looking forward to this championship. Get a monkey off the back so next year we can just go out and win races.
Well, that sounds really impressive. Listen, congratulations, and I wish the best to you in the championship tomorrow. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you very much.
We're coming up with Super's heat race number 1. Glenn Hoff in pole position. Earl Harms outside pole, followed up by Charlie Curtin. Kenny Campbell out of Regina on the outside. Z99 out of Regina in the next row. Alex Lashenko outside of him. Dan Shirley, the next row. Barry Powers on the outside, followed up by Len Carrier.
Len Carrier's running at the back. Len Carrier mustn't have got a chance to time in today.
No, he came out late. We didn't get a time trial on him, so he had to start at the back of the pack.
That's the way it works here. If you don't get a chance to time in, qualify your speeds, you go to the back.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
we have
second guessing this one.
slow cars starting in front of this race.
Yeah, so this is where the hot shots are going for the points championship. Dan Shirley and Alex Lashenko for the local Saskatoon series here, and Barry Powers and Dan Shirley for the intercity provincial championship are running near the back of the pack.
This is a 10-lap race, so lots can happen in the 10 laps. The guys will try and keep it pretty clean. They want the points. This is actually the main point race meet of the season, so they want to finish the best they can and finish all the races they can. Points are very critical at this time.
Yeah, it's going to be down to some serious stuff, and if I'm not mistaken, the winner of this race is good for 40 points. Each car back from that point on gets 2 points now. And Charlie Curtin dropped the green flag, and Curtin just about spins it on the main straightaway. He's got a high horsepower machine there. And he's stringing out for lead, and Glenn Hoff is getting bypassed left and right, going into 3 and 4. Powers spins to the top. The caution is out, ladies and gentlemen. Caution is out. The stock cars have to make one complete lap after the checkered flag goes down, or they have to get completely rebunched in their form that they wore prior. Okay, this is the replay of the crash at 3 and 4. Glenn Hoff was a little on the slow side there, and we had Barry Powers just catch it out of action.
Barry, he seems to have to do his couple of spins before he gets everything organized. And
is that right? That's traditional for Barry,
that seems to be
it?
traditional for Barry, but he'll get it all straightened out. You watch out for Barry. He'll be the one to beat today.
Well, I'm happy you got that spin out of the way, Archie, before we got into something heavy duty here, some heavy traffic.
We don't need it happening when we get into the feature.
That's for sure.
Where the big points are.
I'll tell you, you know, that was a lot of action for the first lap. Charlie Curtin, he just about ran the thing off the track right in the straightaway here. Glenn Hoff is now moving back up to the field to his inside pole position. They're going to go back into the starting grid that they initially started off with here, and they are coming around. The caution is still out. You may have to...
They're going to do check the lineup out to make sure they're lined up in their rightful positions. So Rick Elliott is changing them around.
There's a couple of guys that just weren't quite sure where they were when he started this off. Barry Powers looks like he's going to go to the back, I think.
Not very happy with that decision.
No, he's not going to be happy. Hopefully everyone's going to hold their cue here today and hang tough. Alex is getting waved ahead of Barry Powers. That's in the Superstock class, if I'm not mistaken, this year, Archie, when there's an accident on the track, it's the way they cross the line.
Yeah, they race to the caution.
Race to the caution. That's like the Grand National Series down south. That's they race through the debris if the caution doesn't catch them soon enough. And that's the way it goes. Glenn Ferrier's car, it doesn't look like it's restarting. Alex is going to give him a push here.
Well, there he goes.
Oh, there we go. Good.
We'll probably take him another lap to get all in their positions before we get green flag lap again.
Okay, let's see how Glenn Hoff's Trans Am holds her on the turns this time around. We've got, looks like about a 1990 Grand Prix Charlie Curtin is driving there up on the outside pole.
That's actually quite an interesting car. That's a Junior Hanley car that Mike Gustus had built, and Charlie purchased it from them last year. It's a very well put together car.
If I'm not mistaken, last year Charlie Curtin set the track record in Superstock with that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On his first time out with the car.
First time out. It's running a 302 cubic inch Chevrolet motor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a high-speed little machine. And they've been given the signal one more lap. Rick Elliott has the green flag in his hand at this time. If they're all in order, when they come out of force, she's going to start all over again here. Hopefully not exactly the same way. Like, see, run a couple of laps before we have someone caught a tire. There we go.
Got the green flag.
There we go. Charlie definitely has the advantage. They go into turn 1, coming out of turn number 2. They're pushing Glenn Hoff. Number 20, Ken Campbell, the Thunderbird, 86 Thunderbird out of Regina, had to give Glenn a couple of bunts. He's trapped him behind him there.
It's going to be hard for Barry to get up to the front. Pass all the slow cars.
There we go. Campbell makes his way around Glenn Hoff. We got Shirley stuck to Campbell's tail. He's going to go around Glenn right at the same moment here. Charlie's got a tremendous lead on the field here.
Just pulling away.
What kind of timing did we get on Charlie Curtin? 17:34.
Actually,
17:34 is far off his record time he set last year, but he has had his difficulties with the car. The issue looks like he's got things straightened out for this opening race here.
no, he's just running away on them.
Where's Barry Powers? He has moved up from the back. Ron has taken his bid for 5th place, trying to get 5th place away from Dan Shirley. He's all over the back into Dan Shirley.
Oh, Charlie was a little loose coming out of corner number 4.
Oh, and Powers fights the dirt coming out of the corner. He is really all over the back of Dan Shirley's car. He lost a little ground there, but Campbell is having a war there with Earl Harms. They're running door to door. Shirley is getting the nose in there, trying to get past the Harms car. Campbell is holding him up slightly. Powers has chosen to follow Earl Harms through the turn. He's hoping that Harms slides up on the track and Powers can make a move underneath.
Just waiting, looking for a hole there.
They are jogging back and forth position here. Shirley is smoking the tires, touching the brake.
Meanwhile, Charlie's just pulling away. He's at 99 in 2nd place. Probably a 10-car spread there between 1st and 2nd place.
Oh, there's a break. Campbell and Shirley have got past Harms. Powers by. Shirley be taking a bid for third place. Danny second now, going into turn 1 and 2. He's following Campbell quite closely.
Well, watch out for Barry. He's gonna. You watch Barry. He'll get up under Danny there. And
yeah. They're pushing Campbell. Shirley's pushing Campbell. Coming out of fourth.
Charlie's about a half a lap ahead of this third and fourth, fifth car.
Shirley is holding his ground.
1 lap to go.
1 lap to go, and this heat race is over. It looks like Charlie Curtin's got it sewed up.
Heck of a race for third.
Yes, for third. Oh, Shirley is taking a bit on the outside. He's alongside Campbell, coming out of 2. He's going to try and make the jump going into 4. Powers is on the inside.
Charlie comes off with a checkered flag. Kenny Campbell comes off with...
Whoa, third place. We had within a couple of inches the Campbell and Shirley car for third place.
So we got Charlie Curtin, Tim Kamer, and Kenny Campbell in third. And Shirley fourth, and Barry Powers in fifth.
Loco's put on a tremendous show. Alex followed up the field there, runner-up in the local point standings, and Charlie takes the checkered flag.
He's clear.
You're watching Telecable 10. Okay, we've got Rick Elliott in the tower. He's our veteran flagman. We've got a couple of shots at him. They're doing a little bit of discussion there with Bryce Young. They are got their sponsored, the track is sponsored for Budweiser this year. I see they've got their colorful Budweiser uniforms on. And in just a second here, we're going to have an interview with Alex Lashenko, and he drives the Ninja Turtle Superstock number 51. Alex, you've been racing stock cars for 15 years, 10 years of supers. You've never won a championship. Last year you came in second. This year you're running number 2 in the point standings with 2,100 points. You've had some bad luck with the inter-city meets. Would you like to comment on that?
Well, a few race meets ago, we ran into some trouble here on this track, Bridgecity Speedway, with a couple of out-of-town cars being lapped towards the end of a race. Danny and I were running for the finish. I was leading, come out the back straightaway and got squeezed out off the track by an out-of-town car that cost me a couple positions. I eventually got my way back to second, but I lost the race because of that incident.
And tomorrow is another inter-city meet. It's the big championship race at the end. Have you got aspirations as to what's going to happen tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow with the cars that'll be out there, it'll be a real hard-going day. The guys will have to get serious about their racing, keep the action down, like make sure we get around the track without getting into any trouble. Myself, I'll be running as hard as I can because as well as being an inter-city challenge event, it's points count towards our local series as well. Running second means I've got to go as hard as I can to stay ahead of Dan Shirley in every race. If he runs into a little bit of bad luck tomorrow and we do extremely well, there is a possibility we can take that position away from him.
Well, thanks, Alex. I wish you the best of luck and hope you win the championship tomorrow, and thanks a lot.